Hello. We are continuing with what we left off, where we left off yesterday when I left to have dinner and never came back. So, yeah, that's what we will be doing today. And it is actually Saturday afternoon because I had to go somewhere in the morning, so I could not finish this off in the morning. So I'm doing this in the afternoon, and I actually think that this has become my life because majority of the time I get to do my chores towards the end of the day. And not that I'm complaining, because if I'm not able to do them in the morning, then there's something that I'm doing in the morning. There's actually something that I'm doing. So because I can't read at the top there, I've asked my husband to write the top part for me, and then kind of like put some of the things that I wanted to do. So at the top, if you have seen it, the cooler box and all of that, and the second one, it's Kara's food. I gave Kara's her own shelf and a couple of things, the bits and ends and odds and all of that. And the middle shelf is actually what I'm going to be using. The other shelf is for the pot, my cast iron pot. I don't have a lot of pots, so this is where I'll be putting my pot. This is how it looks. Is it going to look like this forever? I don't know. I am simply just going to, we'll see as time goes on. That other bucket, it's Kara's kibble, it's dry food. And then this one, I'm putting my sugar into it. And yeah, you guys will see as time goes on. If there's something that I need to explain, I will explain. This one is basmati rice. I buy it in town in Fortsbeck, the store that I always tell you guys about. So yes, so welcome back, guys. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my new subscribers, and welcome my returning subscribers. Welcome to my viewers and new viewers and all of that. I thank you guys for being here, guys. As I'm looking at this, I'm using this bucket because my other bucket is not I don't know where I have placed the lid. So I'm using that other one, and it's big. It's not the same. It doesn't fit under the cupboard, and it's not mine. I keep saying I'm gonna give it to the owner, but you know what? It just hasn't happened. I think she always looks at me at like, this one, But yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for coming this side. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for those who have been sharing me out, and thank you for the likes, the comments, and all of that. Kindly, please, when you start watching the video, can you at least give us a thumbs up? Can you kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell? You'll get the notification every single time that we upload something. And I am happy that finally I get to use my jars, because I've been busy with other things. So for me to finally be doing this, it makes me really, really, really happy. As I'm doing this, guys, I'm realizing that I thought that my jars weigh a lot. They're not. I did not get to put all of the things that I needed to put in them. I still have things that I need to put in jars, and it wasn't just enough, so I prioritized. So these beans, I buy them in the store. I need to get the name of that store, hey, in Fortsbeck, opposite Oriental Plaza. It's on the right hand side if you're coming from Brie. But if you're coming from what's that place, I always pass there when I come back. Sorry, when I come back from the when I use a taxi and I come from Ellen Joseph to fetch my mom's medication. I used to use it when we used to live in town in Berea. So yeah, when you come in from that side, Helen Joseph's, I don't know which other side that was, the Brixton side. Yeah, that side. You put it's on your left. But if you come in from Bree side, it's on the right. So I buy my beans there because they say they have drums, like they keep their beans in drums and they weigh the kgs that you want. And there's another store again on the left hand side when you're coming from Brie, where I also buy my beans. But this time when I went there, they were closed, so I bought everything there, of which I still didn't get all the beans that I use. So but I'm not complaining. And my pasta as well, I buy pasta if it's on special at Macro. I'll get it at Macro. If it's on special at Woolies, I'll get it at Woolies. But I also buy Chinese noodles. I buy a lot of Chinese noodles because I love them. I love the texture. Majority of them, they are made from rice flour, which I love. So I I buy my things all over, guys. I don't have a store that I can say that I do my things only with them or from them, or I buy from them only. No, but I do buy most of my things in Macro and Woolworths and Asian market. That's what I do. But anything else, I try to buy what is on special. But I don't like driving around looking for specials because I feel like you are also burning diesel while you're doing that, which is still not, it's not value for money if I'm gonna burn a lot of diesel like trying to look for specials. So no, for me it's not a lot of money, so it's not saving money, I meant to say. So this is what I will be doing, trying to put my things in jars. The other noodles, I had to break them because they were not fitting into this, and I don't like into my jars, and I don't like breaking my noodles. But this one, at least I can bend it. It's not that hard. I can bend it and they fit perfectly fine, and I was happy with that. And I'm so happy that my linguine jar or spaghetti jar, I didn't have to break my pasta. I hate breaking my pasta. So if you have been watching my videos, there was a point where I bought wild rice and I mixed it with basmati, and I realized that white basmati cooks very quick. So now I'm going to mix it with brown rice because I think at the time they cook well together. The time, if I remember correctly, they cook well together. So it's brown rice and wild rice. Wild rice, I bought it at the Asian market, and I measure, it's the 1 kg gave me like 4 cups, for a little bit of cup, maybe a quarter cup, something like that. And I did 2 cups of wild rice. Then I mixed those together, and if you've noticed, I've taken 1 cup out of the wild rice, and then of this mixture of rice, which I'm going to use into my grain medley. So I just emptied my wild rice into that cup, and I'm going to add a cup of barley. And then from there, my husband is singing and I'm doing a voiceover, and Kara is backing What is this? This is what happens when I do voiceovers at home or when they are all home. I don't know what do I do? Do I stop the voiceover and say, "Can you please not sing?" Okay, that was sorted. So I just wanted to make my own grain medley, but this is not how it is. How you can make your own however way you want to make it, but I choose to do mine this way, and that I love it. I enjoy it. And I also love Ozo. The reason I love Ozo is that you can either put it in soups or you can either make salads from it. So for me, it's a bonus. And this is my polenta that I have had for a while now. And my sticky rice, guys, I love sticky rice. I don't know I don't know how to explain it, but I love it with broth. I don't like it dry. I did like my meat has to have broth. And couscous, I choose whether I buy it from Food Lovers or I buy it from Woolworths, but the price, I feel like they are more or less the same. And then the barley I use for soups as well, and I also use for salads. Majority of the grains that I use, guys, I use them on both soups or salads or just plain, and if you see something that while I'm doing this that you want to know what it is, because it's a lot, you can ask me and I will let you know, because I don't think I'll be able to tell you everything. The other thing that I was bummed up about is that my popcorns did not get a jar. I do have a jar that I normally use in my fridge, but I've made roast peppers and I put it in there, but I was still bummed out that I could not get a jar for my popcorns, but I'm okay with that. And the semolina, guys, I've had this for a while. I was so sure that it wasn't going to be still okay, but it was still okay, and I'm glad about that. I'm very, very happy about that. And if you have watched, English sometimes run away from us, ne? If you have watched up until this far, thank you so much. Thank you for the support, thank you for your kindness, and continue watching. The video is long, still coming, and I don't think a lot of things that I'm doing here I need to be saying what it is. I think a majority of them are self-explanatory, but if I see something that I think that I should be saying or that I should be explaining, then I'll definitely do so. Oh, okay. I'm not going to put any labels on my jars because I know them. I know what is what. But the corn flour and the semolina, I did write on top of them because I felt like I didn't want a confusion. The same way with the big jars, I just wrote basmati and I wrote flour. And if I do, when I buy bread flour, I'll also write there that it's bread flour so that we can be able to differentiate. But the rest of them, I mean, it's grains, it's beans. I know what is what. I don't think it's necessary, but in future, maybe if we grow, we accumulate, if there's a need that I should put labels in the jars, I'll definitely do that. But for now, I'm not going to put the labels on the jar. I don't think it's necessary, honestly speaking. So yes, that's what we are doing today. I first got these jars for the spices, I honestly thought that they were big, but then I remembered that the reason I bought them was that I wanted to buy my spices in. I didn't want to buy small. I wanted to buy a lot, something that can last me for at least 3 months, or 2, something like that. So I now remember why I wanted this size instead of these ones, because these ones are okay, but I wanted the bigger jar, and actually I wanted a 500 ml, but I felt like 500 ml was going to be a bit too much. So this one is the perfect size. I think it's 385 or 375, something like that. And my spices as well, I'm not going to put the labels in them. Honestly, I don't use a lot of spices. I do have them. I bought them when we had a traditional ceremony at home, and I have leftovers that were not used. I do have them in my cupboard, but I don't use them. I don't like them because they have a lot of salt. They carry a lot of salt. So my spices, I know them. When I used to buy from the Robertsons, I never bought anything that had a brown lid because it had a lot of salt. So my spices are simple. It's chili flakes, it's parsley, it's basil, it's cumin, it's coriander, it's turmeric, it's paprika, it's onion powder, onion flakes, garlic flakes. Like, it's just basic. So I mix my garlic flakes with my onion flakes because I always use them together. So I don't see the need to put them in different jars. And yes, I take the onion powder that I buy from Woolworths and the one that I buy from Fortsbeck and mix them together. Why do I do that? Because the one from Woolworths, it has a strong flavor, like spice. I don't know if spice is the correct word. And the one that I buy in Fortsbeck, it's like sweeter. So a little bit sweet. So I find that when I mix them together, they give me this flavor that I really like. It balances each other out, and I love that. And I get to save money because the one from Woolworths is expensive, and this one I get it cheaper, so I get the best of both worlds. So I'm happy with that. And the garlic powder I didn't get from Woolworths. If you go to Woolworths, okay, it is the one that I shop at. It's luxury to find onion powder and garlic powder. Like, you must be like there very early to find them, otherwise you will not find them. So I didn't find the garlic powder by Woolworths, so I'm just going to use this one from the store that I buy in Fortsbeck. And the paprika as well, I bought from Food Lovers, and I also bought from Fortsbeck. I bought it smoked paprika and just paprika. I thought I was going to mix them, but I decided otherwise. Paprika is paprika. I'll save the other one for later. The one that I want to try now is Cajun spice. I've never used it. Like I said, I don't like spices that has a lot of salt. So I always try to stay from your mother-in-law's, your six gun, your chicken spice, Cajun, all those. I try to stay away from them. I don't know. Salt is not my favorite thing to use, or I don't like the taste of those spices in my food, and I don't like how they change majority of my food into the color that they do. Brenda ate Brenda's face. Remember I told you that my spice drawer is a mess. this is how it looks. It is only now that I'm finally getting to it. So I wasn't lying about. Guys, the nice thing about the spice cupboards, you don't get to see them even when we cook. So they can be as messy as hell because we never show you. You just pull the drawer and then take whatever it is that you want and you use, season and put it back. Like making it nice and all of that. I never think about it, but I did know that I wanted to organize it, but it's never in my to-do list, to be quite honest. So I'm only now getting to it. And for someone who doesn't use salt, I sure do have a lot of salt. I can explain. My husband, when we were going to have a traditional ceremony, they slaughter and all of that, and he said they use a lot of salt when they cook the meat, with those pots. And we bought a lot of salt. Guess what? I think they used about 2 packs or 3 packs. And now we have this much salt in the house and I don't use it. So I'm still figuring out what I can use it for that will not require me to give them away or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. So this is how my spice drawer looks like. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my containers. I'm happy with the sizes. Yeah, I'm content. But I do think, guys, I'm still going to get more jars in future. This is how my cupboard looks like. Yep, this is how it looks like. I'm happy. I'm a happy soul. It's not perfect. I'm not a good organizer, but yeah, the upper cupboard is for the cooler boxes and everything else that we don't need, and the following one is my baby girl's shelf, her food, her snacks, her leashes, her harness. I dedicated that to her, and the other one is for the bits and ends and odds that we use but don't really use. And then there's my things here. I love how it turned out. The way I I thought that these jars were a lot, and I did not get. I still need more. My popcorn doesn't have jars. Sorry, my bicarbonate of soda doesn't have jars. My baking powder doesn't have a jar. My tartaric, my cream of tartar doesn't have a jar. My chicken stocks and beef stocks don't have a jar. A lot of my things don't have a jar. So I still need to get a bit more. But it's not going to be this year. It's not going to be in the next 6 months. It might be after a year. Yes, we're not going to spend anytime soon, unless the heavens opens for me and I don't know, I'll win lotto or something. Yes, maybe that might happen, but for now this is how it looks. And I do know that I need to get a couple of lazy Susans. We will see how that goes. For now, this is how it looks, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm very, 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 very happy. I think it looks gorgeous, much better from how it used to look. And this is my overflow cupboard, where everything else, where my surplus or it's my overflow cupboard. Let's just leave it like that. It's my overflow cupboard that I had put all my other things here. And since we got here, I think this is the first time that I've been this organized in my grocery cupboards. There's still one that I still need to tackle, but it's almost empty. It's just, you know, the things that I need to reach out for, like the tea bags and the oils and all of that. And then oil, it's almost empty of you, honestly, but I need to at least make it decent. So I'm happy with how everything turned out. So once everything was done, this is how my kitchen looks. There's a lot of garbage. This tells you how much we keep that we don't need. And I'm not going to, this is how my kitchen and my dining looks. I'm not cleaning it. It's late. I'm going to bed. We'll see tomorrow how that works. For now, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is how it looks when I take a video of it daylight. Because remember last night, it was at night. So now this is how it looks daylight. Thank you so much for watching up until this far. I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope to see you on to my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.